You ever have one of those moments where the world feels like it's holding its breath, waiting for Simeone Anianito to say what everybody's thinking? That's what it was like in a stuffy courtroom in Asheville, Tennessee, when a kid, barely 11 years old, stood up and pointed right at the guy in the crisp police uniform, Officer Troy Kessler, and said, clear as day, he's not telling the truth. That kid was Lila Carter, and let me tell you, her words hit that room like a brick through a window. Nobody saw it coming. Least of all me, sitting there, just another face in the crowd, watching a story unfold that had changed this town forever. It all started with Lila's mom, Denise Carter, a night shift cleaner at the downtown medical center, scrubbing floors while the rest of us slept. Denise wasn't looking for trouble. She's the kind of woman who keeps her head down, does her job, loves her kid. But one night, walking to her bus stop, she saw Kessler, badge gleaming under the streetlights, leaning hard into a scared teenage boy, maybe 16, cuffed and shaking next to his beat-up Honda. Denise, being Denise, didn't just walk. Bish stepped closer, hands in her pockets, and said, "Officer, is he all right? You need someone to watch this." That's it. That's all she said. But to Kessler, that was a challenge. Next thing you know, he's got her pinned against the pavement, cuffs snapping on her wrists, charging her with interfering with an arrest. Interference? My ass, she was just a mom trying to make sure a kid wasn't getting hurt. Lila, though, she saw it, or at least, she saw the video. Denise always kept her phone tucked in her cleaning cart, set to record for safety, an old habit from working late nights in a rough part of town. That phone caught everything. Kessler's barked orders, the kid's scared stammer, the thud of Denise hitting the ground. Lila, worried when her mom didn't come home, checked the app, saw the footage, saved it to her email. But by morning, poof, it was gone, wiped clean from the cloud like it never existed. You'd think that'd be the end of it, another story buried, but Lila? She wasn't letting it go. That girl's got a fire in her you don't expect from someone who still carries a backpack with cartoon stars on it. In court, it was a circus from the jump. The judge, old Margaret Voss, all sharp eyes and no patience, was ready to move things along. Another day, another case. Denise sat there, still in her work scrubs, looking like she hadn't slept in days, while Kessler spun his story from the stand, all calm and polished, saying Denise lunged at him, disrupted his work. I swear, you could feel the room buying it until Lila stood up. He's lying, she said, voice shaky but loud enough to cut through the hum of the AC. The whole place froze. Voss raised an eyebrow, leaned forward. Young lady, you got something to say? Lila clutched her backpack, took a breath, and walked to the stand like she was marching into battle. I saw the video, she said. My mom didn't lunge. She was trying to help. He pushed her down hard. Kessler's face twitched, just for a second, but you could see it. He wasn't ready for a kid to call his bluff. Denise's lawyer, Sam Reed, a guy who looked like he'd rather be fishing than fighting losing battles, perked up. Your Honor, the girl's got evidence, let her talk. The prosecutor, some slick guy named Greg Holt, jumped up. Objection. She's not on the witness list. But Voss wasn't having it. We're already off script, Mr. Holt. Let's hear her out. Lila swore on the Bible, her small hand steady, and said, I emailed the video to myself before it got deleted. It's in my drafts. You could hear pens scratching, people whispering. Then, out of nowhere, a woman in a gray blazer slipped into the room. Clara Hayes, a court clerk who'd been filing papers in that building for 30 years. She handed Sam a folder, quiet as a ghost, and whispered, This is about Kessler. It's not the first time. That folder was dynamite. 3 complaints against Kessler, all for roughing up folks during stops, all buried under internal review. Sam pulled up Lila's video on a courtroom laptop, and there it was. Kessler yanking the kid from his car, slamming Denise to the ground, her voice calm until it wasn't. The room went dead silent, like the air got sucked out. Holt tried to argue. That could be doctored, but Sam was ready, holding up metadata from the phone company. It's real, Your Honor. Time-stamped, untouched. Voss didn't blink. Admitted into evidence. From there, it snowballed. Clara's folder cracked open a bigger story. Kessler wasn't just a bad apple. He was a symptom. Folks started talking, first in whispers, then louder. A guy named Jamal Tate, who'd been roughed up by Kessler 2 years back, came forward, limping from an old injury. He told me nobody'd believe a nobody like me. Jamal said on the stand, voice low but steady. Guess he didn't count on Lila. By then, people were packing the courthouse, retirees, teachers, even a cop named Officer Lena Brooks, who'd seen Kessler's swagger and started digging through precinct logs. She found proof he'd deleted evidence before, same trick, same system that let him slide. The trial ended with Kessler's head down, guilty on every count. Civil rights violations, tampering, obstruction. The judge didn't just slap his wrist, she recommended max sentencing and kicked him off the force. Outside, the crowd cheered, but Denise and Lila just held hands, walking into the sunlight like they'd been carrying a weight that finally lifted. It wasn't joy, not exactly, it was relief, mixed with knowing the fight wasn't over. Asheville changed after that. The city set up a civilian oversight board, made complaint files public, started audits. Lila's sketches, little drawings of people speaking up, ended up in a community center exhibit called Voices Unburied. Denise started speaking at local schools, not as a hero, but as a mom who survived. But here's the thing, none of this was clean or tidy. Kessler's buddies in the precinct still glare at Lena, whispering she betrayed the badge. Some folks in town called Denise a troublemaker, say she stirred up drama for nothing. And Lila? She's still a kid, but she's got eyes that see too